Hi guys, it's me, Bri, and welcome back to my channel, BriFre. So for those of you that are new here, my name is Brianna. I am a 23-year-old medical laboratory scientist, CEO and founder of Alcoy Industries and the Girls One Honors Book Club, and a woman of God. In today's video, I'm going to rank all the books that I've read this year and give you guys a quick synopsis on what I've read. I started reading back in January. I've always read since middle school and high school, but I started back in January because I graduated college in December. So I finally had time to get back into reading, and I've really been enjoying it. Also because at the beginning of this year, I really had the urge to get back and to find a way to better articulate myself and to also just further my mind. Like, I was really deep in my phone. I've been looking at screens all the time since I was in school and everything. So I want to get back into reading and finding good stories and everything. So I've been enjoying the journey so far. So I want to share with you guys all the books that I have read and give you some of my recs, and hopefully y'all can tell me some books that you are interested in. I'm going to start integrating more book content on this channel as well. So if you guys are into that, please like, subscribe, and comment down below what your current read is, what books you're interested in. I will read every genre really except for romance. Like I haven't come across a romance book that I enjoy. Or it's just too predictable, and the tropes are repetitive and everything, and I just get highly over it. I have to have a book that has romance as a real subplot. Like, that's really how I'm going in. I've been gravitating a lot towards the classics, sci-fi, and fantasy so far this year. So that's what you're mostly gonna see here. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So one of the first books, this isn't in order, by the way. This isn't in order of everything that I read this year, but I'm just gonna rank. So this book, I'm going to rate a 4 out of 5. This is Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye. This book really did destroy me. It's about a young girl named Percola in this town, and she is just darker skinned, and she goes through so much in this town. She goes through a traumatic event that really, I had to jump. This book catapulted me into fantasy because I really had to jump into fantasy because this was such a deep book. It really ripped me apart. Like, it was really sad. But Toni Morrison's writing is absolutely beautiful. The way she hops between POVs is like no other that I've read so far. She really took the time to really craft each character that's in this book, and you really get to see the mind frame, the background of these characters, and you can tell that she really took her time with each one of these characters, and it was such a phenomenal book. I truly enjoyed it. No other writer like Toni Morrison thus far that I've read. Very interesting book, very sad, but beautifully written. So I'm gonna rate this a 4 out of 5 stars for me. Just because I feel like there's other books that's a little bit higher, but if you haven't read Toni Morrison, I say get deep into it. This was a short read, so it was quick to get through, but it was also heart-wrenching. So Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye, try her out. Next I have Gloria Naylor's Linden Hills. This book, as you can see, I really started heavily notating. It's about a town that's truly founded by a Black man, and they're like it's like a twisted perception of the American dream, especially when it comes to Black America. And I thought that this was so beautifully done. I have not finished it. I stopped like halfway, mainly because I left the book at my job and I forgot about that. I left it there. So I have to come back to this one. But Linden Hills by Gloria Naylor, she has become one of my top authors for the year. She's definitely in my top 5. Gloria Naylor is beautifully, the way she comes up with different concepts, and her way of, her stories really revolve around a place. Like, the characters are really intricate, and all her books revolve around the setting. The setting is like personified mainly in her books, and I really love that about her. She really gives life to the setting. Like, the setting has a big effect on the people there, and you really see this in Linden Hills. Beautiful book. Gloria Naylor, get into her. Next, I have Mama Day by Gloria Naylor. This was the first book that I read coming into the year, and it started off strong. This is what really set me on Gloria Naylor. Mama Day is about a young girl that comes from this town that's off the coast of the Carolinas, and it's really deep in Gullah Geechee culture. She ends up leaving her town, which no one really does, and going to New York City. She marries while she's up there. She comes back home, and she has her husband meet Mama Day and her sister, and which is her grandmother. Mama Day's sister is the main character's grandmother, and it's so magical. It's so Black surrealism. It's just it. Like I said, this is like a prime example of romance being a subplot, because the ending ripped me apart. I did not see it coming at all, and it was extremely realistic. If you're from the Deep South, this will seem really familiar. The setting is very familiar. It felt like home to me, and like I said, Gloria Naylor has a way of making her settings the main drive of her stories, and you can really see this in Mama Day. Beautifully written. I finished this book in like a day or two. I was very much so on the edge of my seat. You were going back and forth between two. Like the way she maneuvered this book was like no other. I really love Gloria Naylor's Mama Day, one of my top books. I will rate this. Oh, I didn't rate Linden Hills. Linden Hills, I will rate so far like a 3 out of 5, but Mama Day, I'm definitely gonna rate a 5 out of 5. This is one of my 5-star books for sure. Mama Day, get into her. Next is my first Octavia Butler book. I've been waiting to get into Octavia Butler. It's just other books I prioritized before her, but I've been having her on my list. I decided for the first book that I wanted to read by her was gonna be Kindred, and I was not disappointed. The only thing that I would say is, I wish it was more into time travel. Like I wish it was more in depth about why. So this book is about a young girl named Dana, a 26-year-old Dana who is in an interracial relationship in the 70s, and she keeps getting pulled back to the 1800s because she, for some reason, is the protector of her ancestor who is a slave owner throughout his life. And she keeps getting taken back and back from the 70s back to the 1800s as a slave at that. And it just goes through so many twists and turns. You're genuinely trying to figure out why is this happening the whole book. And the only thing that I would say that I was disappointed about, or it was like I wanted more of that sci-fi aspect. I wanted to know why exactly was she time traveling like that, and I also wanted more science in it, because I feel like she did a lot of things in this book that would have definitely altered her reality present day or in the 70s where this takes place. And this also has a TV show. The TV show was really good as well. I didn't get to finish it though. It's set in 2024, so it was really good from what I saw. I have to go back and finish it, but I liked the show because it gave more context, and I loved that. But so far in the book, I'm gonna rate this like a 3 out of 5 though, because I just needed more. Like I just needed more. When I finished this book, I was like, I need more though. Like I get it, and the ending made sense necessarily, but it was just like, give me more. Like I need to know more about this time travel aspect. I need to know why exactly is she being pulled back. I need to know more. So Kindred by Octavia Butler, I would say this was my first sci-fi novel of the year. 3 out of 5. I did love it, and yeah, get into her. Next is my top book of the year. This is Babel by R.F. Kuang. This book was so intricate and so intentional that I was left like, I gotta read this a second time. And I have not felt this way about a book yet. So let's get into it. The main character is Robin, and he is basically taken from China, Canton, China, and brought to London by this white man. This book takes place in the 1800s, and this is like the height of like the transatlantic slave trade. This is the height of the Queen Empire, resisting colonial rule, British and Indian colonization. This is, you know, the Caribbean. This is when the Haitian slave revolt is going on. This so much is going on in this book at this time period, and you're seeing this. So Robin gets taken from Canton, China, and he gets taken to London by this white man who later turns out to be his father. And he is basically trained from a child up until he's 17 in all different languages and translations and all different types of literature and everything. And when he's 18, he's given like a stipend and this big scholarship in Oxford to go to Oxford School of Translation, which is Babel. And the whole British Empire is basically this big power because they have silver. And the way that they're making this silver work is with translations. They will use two different words from two different languages, and what's getting lost between those two translations, because there's no true translation from one word to the next. So what gets lost in those translations, what gives power to these silver bars. And they use these silver bars to give electricity, to keep the streets warm, to keep the sewers running. Like, this whole world runs on silver. The whole world is running on this silver, and the British have all of it. And outside of the British is China, who also has so much silver, and so they are really trying to go over and take over China and colonize China and everything at this point. And it becomes apparent to Robin that he is a tool against his own country, against all of these colonized countries across the world. And he's going to resist that. And the character development and progression of this character throughout this book, he comes this shy, reserved, just, keep my head down and just try to survive throughout this racist, prejudiced world that's, doesn't even see me as an equal. And he makes friends with a Haitian girl, a white girl who's also British, and an Indian boy. The Haitian girl and the Indian boy went through similar background as him, as they had like some type of guardian that, raised them basically and brought them over to Oxford, raised them to learn all these languages and everything, and let them come to Oxford. And they become a friendship and they become a group, and you see the dynamics of all these people's backgrounds put into play. And you also see the dynamics of how colonization, racism, prejudice really affected everyone. So this was such a deep book. I was going into it, reading the synopsis, reading the little summary on the back and everything. I thought it was going to be like another Harry Potter situation, and it absolutely was not. It had me going deep into thought. I wrote a whole Substack article about it. I loved this book. It was otherworldly, and I definitely have to give it a second read to really give y'all a deep analysis on how I really felt on this. But I wrote down my initial thoughts in the Substack article, and yeah, this book really, really, really made me think. It made me think. It made me really go through history. I love when history is integrated in the book. You can tell that she was intentional, because she has these little footnotes throughout the book that will have you get little context information that also related to each character. So it was like you were getting history that was intertwined in such a compelling story that you didn't even notice that you're learning about history at the same time, which is why I don't really read as much nonfiction, because history can get really boring. So definitely a 5-star read. This was my first Hour of Quan. It will definitely not be my last. I loved every second of it. She was so intentional, and she was so transparent about what the racist ideals and everything are that are still present today. Also, like relations across the diaspora and relations across different POC groups, which I feel like is very relevant to today, especially if you're seeing like the Chinese American versus the Black American situation that's going on right now. This really ate down, and I started reading this at such a good time. So love Babel by Hour of Quan. Get into it. 5-star read for sure. My top read thus far. Next is another, I would say, Easter Eden. This was another one of my first few books of the year. And we started off on a heavy start. At the beginning of the year, I was very adamant on starting with classics to get me back into reading and everything. And I started at the top of the top, guys. Easter Eden was so good. You see how thick this book is, guys? I finished it in 2 days. That's how good this book was. Oh my gosh, Easter Eden was fire. Guys, the book, it goes into this place called Selena Hills, but so many characters come from other different places. And John Steinbeck takes you through the family tree. He takes you through multiple families that are all settled into this one place. And the drama, this was a drama. This was a drama. It was so intertwined. The characters were so complex and so just, he really took his time with each of these characters. Like, whoa. And there's this one character called Kathy, guys. Oh my gosh. You're basically seeing how all of these two different families cross paths and how they really are instrumental in each other's lives. You're seeing the progression and the growth of these two families. You're seeing the drama that goes on in this town. You're seeing everything. Now, the only thing, and why I didn't rate this a full 5 star, the book was written in the 1950s. You can tell it was written in the 1950s because some of the rhetoric and some of the feelings towards Black and POC period people in this book, you were like, dang, like this was written in the 1950s, and you can tell because there was a slur that was used in this book that I had to literally Google because it was crazy. There was only like 3 Black characters in the book. One was a prostitute that was like experienced true violence because she gave a soldier chlamydia. And the way he described this person and how he wanted to like really hurt this Black woman was like, okay, girl, how do you really feel about women? And then there's another 2 characters, a husband and a wife. One, she's a owner of a brothel. And when she passes away, it was like a spectacle to go see this Black woman's funeral. Like it was peculiar on the outlook on Black people in this book. Very weird, but 4.5 because it was such a good story. It was very compelling. I had to give the 0.5 because of the racism and the prejudice. You can tell this in the book, but you can tell that this is a product of the time that it was written in. But it was a good book all in all. I give it a 4.5. Just stop there. You see it? Next is another 5-star read. I would say from the bottom of my heart that all Black women especially need to read this book. All women, period, need to read this book. I loved it. This is In Search of Our Mother's Garden by Alice Walker. This is the same woman that wrote The Color Purple, amongst other iconic, The Women of Brewster's Place, amongst other really popular books. This is a collection of essays, speeches, notes, and stuff from her life. I really resonated and saw myself in this book because she really went into the Black creativity, the creativity of Black women, of women, period, of what she calls womanism, which is different from like feminism. This book was just beautifully done. It was like going inside the mind of this woman. And I really resonated with her because her life was really similar to mine. Like she grew up in the Deep South. She was born and grew up in the Deep South. And she even came up to Boston and lived in Boston for a while and taught at Boston University, which is where I just graduated from. And she traveled a lot. She really saw how Black women were treated across the world. She was very involved in many literacy movements, many civil rights movements. She was very well-rounded is what I really feel like she was. She really did. Also, I got like a lot of recommendations on other books through this book because she also references a lot of other books that really helped her in life, with a special highlight of Zora Neale Houston, which I have some of her books also in my library. I read them as a child, but I haven't read them now as an adult. This book, she really went into the full experience of what it is to be a Black woman and to also be a creative and to also want to do something or create something that's bigger than you, that transcends you also. And I felt like this was just so beautifully written, so beautifully done. And yeah, I give this is definitely a 5-star read of the year for me. Loved it. In Search of Our Mother's Garden by Alice Walker. Get into her. Next is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. Hated the book. I give it a 0 out of 5. I didn't get it. It was about a white girl that, during a time where women couldn't even go to school, she got the opportunity to go to college, and then her program ended. It was like a summer course or something. The program ended. And she went back home, and it just seems like she fell into like a deep depression. She just felt like she didn't know what to do with her life, basically. And she just felt hopeless. I don't know. I just couldn't relate because it just gave really privilege to me, and I didn't understand why she was depressed. Like I'm not gonna like discount someone's mental health and stuff, but at the same time, it was just like she just seemed like she didn't know what to do and she was unmotivated. And then she just I heard that the book was about a girl losing her mind. I didn't see her losing her mind or anything. I seen like the harsh realities of what mental institutions were like back then. That's about it. By the time I finished this book, and it was a short read, by the time I finished this book, I was just like, what did I just read? Like, what was the point? Like, I don't know if it went over my head. Maybe y'all can tell me down below in the comments. I just didn't get it. I didn't understand it. It just didn't make sense to me. I don't. 0 out of 5. The Bell Jar, Sylvia Plath. Maybe y'all can read it and tell me if you get something else different, or if you have, tell me down below. I didn't get it. Next is James Baldwin's Giovanni's Room. I absolutely love this book. Oh my gosh. Mainly because of James Baldwin's writing. It's like his writing is almost like poetry. Like, you really feel what he's feeling. You can tell that he went through these feelings. You can tell that he really caught the essence of what it was like being in Paris. I felt like I was in Paris. The way he integrated so many French vocab, so many French phrases and stuff like that, but he put it in a way that you understood exactly what was being said. He really has a way of capturing feelings through words, and it was so beautiful. So this book is about a man named David who was very frustrating because he is gay, but he can't accept the fact that he's gay. And, he's just basically just wreaking havoc on everyone's lives around him. He has a girlfriend at this time, and he's dealing with this boy named Giovanni that he meets in Paris. And he falls in love with Giovanni, and, they're doing a do, and they're doing all these different things, and he has a whole girlfriend. And Giovanni's falling far hard for him, and he's just leading his boy on to where Giovanni, he goes down a different path because of everything that he encountered while he was with David. And David is just frustrating. Like, David need to figure out what David wants. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, I've said this in the previous video, like, if you don't know who you are destructive to everyone around you because you're suppressing how you really are. And it was my first queer book of the year. And yeah, y'all, I just feel like David, he need to get it together. Even in the end, I feel like he still didn't get it. Like, what? He was just very annoying. This was one of the most annoying characters that I've read about. But the writing was so beautiful. Like, he really eloquent. He really articulated this boy's feelings and what it felt like to be a gay man, basically suppressing your feelings and suppressing who you really want to love, and just causing destruction, chaos and destruction because you can't figure out, what you want, or you cannot accept it. And this was beautifully written. James Baldwin's Giovanni's Room. Beautiful writing. Get into her. Next, this is definitely a 5-star. Next is Ring Shout by P. Y'all, I don't want to mess his name up. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. P. Clark. And Ring Shout was a short, good book. It felt like Sinners. It definitely felt like Sinners. I'm gonna give this one 3 out of 5, only because I just wanted more. I mean, I understood going into it that it was like a short book. The lesson in it was extremely beautiful. Going into it, I thought it was gonna be like a, get them back type book, like, violence begets violence type book, because it's 3 characters, 3 women, come from 3 different places around the country. And, it was just really like a real Sinners moment, like a real get them back moment, back in the day type book. They're battling the Klan, and they're coming together to fight the Klan. And, it was like it was really good. The story was really good. I loved the fact that they made like the Ku Klux Klan also have like magical powers, and they turn into these big creatures that are fueled by hatred. The lesson in the book was really that hatred is really what transforms people. That's what really powers evil. And, she, as much as they had senseless hatred towards them because they're Black, they also had, so they were fueling their hatred towards them by feeding into it with their hatred because they hated them. And it was just it was just like a huge lesson on what hatred can really breed. And I really liked it. It was really, really good. I just gave it a 3.5 because I just felt like it was too quick. I needed more. I understood going into it that it was like a short book and everything. I did do my annotations, but I needed more. I needed a little bit more. But 3 out of 5, Ring Shout by P. Clark. All right, so now I have the Children of Blood and Bone series by Tomi Adeyemi. I did love the first book and the second book. Beautiful, beautiful story about reclaiming what's yours. So there is basically this king who has something against people with magic. And it's because they killed his family. So the people with magic killed his family, and so he went on a tirade and he killed basically everybody that had magic. And the people that did survive, they put in their own little towns, and they have this type of rock or this type of mineral that prevents their magic from flourishing. And they basically extracted it from all of them. And they're also still raising havoc and killing everyone with magic. So this story is about the main character, whose name is Zeli, who is going through and reclaiming her magic for her people. She is selected amongst her brother and another friend who happens to be the princess of the king, who joins their efforts in bringing back magic to their people. And guys, when I tell you you're having a battle between right and wrong, you are having an adventure that is so quickly placed. And like I said, again, this is such a beautiful example. This is YA, but it's such a beautiful example of romance instead of being a subplot, because this book took you through there. I was on the edge of my seat the whole book, guys. It's so quickly placed, but it's so just intentional. And you know, we all love a story of everybody getting back with stairs, and the magic that's in this book, oh my gosh, so freaking cool, bro. So cool. It made me want to freaking get into African mythologies and get into like Orisha and everything. Like, this was so cool and so beautifully written. I also feel like the magic that took place in this book was so like no other. Like, you have people that are like connected to the earth. You have people that are just like magic that's so freaking powerful and ancient and just beautiful. Like, it's genuinely beautiful. Like, it literally turns their hair is white. Like, oh my gosh, the transformations in this book this series in general is just so beautiful. I loved every second of it. Get into it. Definitely a 5-star series, Children of Blood and Bone. I've read the second book. The second book, I say it's about like a 4.5. It's not as good as this first book, but I love how it progressed the story. Now, I heard everyone say when I was getting into this series that the second book wasn't as good as the first book. The rest of the series wasn't good. I thoroughly enjoyed the rest of the series. The second book gave me clarification that I really needed to go, and it really challenged how I thought about which side was good, which side was bad, and everything like that. So it gave so much more context. I really enjoyed it. I would give this a 5-star. Love this series. Now, I'm Medusa by Yana Gray. This is another 4.5. Okay. Going into this book, I knew about Medusa about as much as everyone else knows. Like, that you look at her, you turn to stone. She had the snakes on her head and everything, but I never knew like the true background of how she got those powers. I thought she was just came out the womb like that, but no, you really saw how her innocence was truly taken away. It was really heartbreaking, especially because if you're older and you know what's about to happen, you already know where this is gonna go, and you know the story that's told so many times. It was something else. It was something else. I feel like Yana Gray went into this book trying to humanize Medusa, because I did not know her story. Like, I didn't know that she was taken advantage of by Poseidon. As a young girl, she was very beautiful, and she was taken advantage of by Poseidon as a way to get back at Athena. And you're seeing sisterhood amongst her and her sister. You're seeing like a story that was really just heart-wrenching. And the story was really realistic. It was something that you've heard of a million times if it hasn't happened to you. And it was realistic. It was a much needed story. I say that every young girl should definitely read this book. It was very needed, and it was also really entertaining. It wasn't a long story. I think this book is about like 300 pages. It wasn't long at all. You're getting all that Greek mythology, like magicalism and all those things, and yeah, you're really getting into in depth into the story of Medusa and her history, and how she became the iconic Medusa that we all know, that like everyone thinks is like super evil and stuff like that. But it really humanized her. It really told her story and highlighted what happened to her, and how victim blaming is really prevalent, especially today. So I love this book, I, Medusa. Give it a read, especially if you're a young girl. I say get into I, Medusa for sure. Oh, this is definitely 4.5 out of 5. Next is a collection of poems by Langston Hughes. I grew up having to read a lot of Langston Hughes poems. I love how he writes. I also grew up like not really enjoying poetry outside of his works because I really understood some of his stories. Beautiful poetry. I love just going through and just reading certain excerpts from this book. Love it. This is just a work in progress. I just pick up and read a passage whenever I feel like I want to. Beautiful imagery. Love. No one does poetry like Langston Hughes. This is definitely a 5 out of 5 book for me. Everyone should get into Langston Hughes, even if you're not into poetry and stuff and you don't get it, because that's mainly why I don't read it, because I don't get it. I don't understand how the 5 lines gave you all of that. But his poems you feel more than understand for the most part, and I love his poetry. So Langston Hughes, collection of poems. I read certain excerpts from this every few days or so. Love it. Next, I'm going to get into some of my current reads and books that I've started but haven't finished. So first up is a book that I feel everyone should read. It's Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. A beautiful writer. He has such a unique way of setting up his stories. Like, this story is about a main character who is known as an invisible man. And because he's so good at adapting and blending into what people want him to be or what their perceptions of him are, that he goes around as invisible. So he's able to go through the world, and you're seeing his growth because he's telling his story as an older person, telling the story of him through his childhood, I guess. And he's lived a life. He's been around so much because people just tag him along, basically, that he's been all across the world, and he's really reflecting back to you the harsh realities of America. And beautiful story. Again, I love how I can tell when an author is really intentional with the way that they make their characters. And you're seeing this with every character that you encounter. You're seeing so many interesting individuals. And as someone that really loves like people watching, or obviously my degree is in psychology, I love to think of like, why do you think that way? Like, what's your perspective? How do you see life? I like seeing different perspectives, you know, and I like to see how different upbringings or different environments affect people. And it shows in this book. Like, you're seeing so many different types of characters that you know exist in the real world, that you know are out there, and you're seeing the psyche behind why they do the things they do through such a beautifully crafted novel. I started this book, but like almost every page I was making annotations on, so I really had to take my time with that. That's the only reason why I haven't finished it. 5 out of 5, 5-star read of this year thus far. Not my top, but I say Babel has that seat, but this is definitely like a number 2. Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man, 5-star read. Get into it. Next is Astrophysics in a Hurry by Neil deGrasse Tyson. I watch his podcast, Star Talk, and it made me very interested in astrophysics. I'm going into engineering and neuroscience, and I just wanted to get into other sciences. And why not start with the science of the space and the world, basically. It made me very interested in physics. Only reason I haven't finished it, and I stopped not even halfway through the first third of the book, is because it takes off. Like it's I need more of an introductory course. Like, I had to Google as I'm reading it to understand it. But beautiful book, really quick, really small, but it takes you there. So if you don't have a background in physics and stuff like that, I say do a little bit of reading and stuff before you get into it. But I do love it. It's so interesting, and it's a cute little introduction into astrophysics in that world. So definitely check out his YouTube channel. I love the podcast Star Talk. Let me know if you guys watch this as well. Neil deGrasse's Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. 3 out of 5 right now because I'm not understanding nothing so far. But I'm going to definitely circle back and make some notes on this. So next is The Count of Monte Cristo. This book is so good. I'm not gonna lie, like, it's so good, but it's a thick girl. Like, it's a thick girl. Like, oh my gosh. So the story revolves around Edmond Dantes, who is wrongfully convicted of a crime and thrown into prison for years. And he's thrown into prison as a young child, and it's mainly because he's set up by a jealous, basically, co-worker on the boat that he was on, and he goes through this intricate plot to set him up to get thrown into jail literally the day he's supposed to get married at like 17 or 18 at this time. And it really shows like how hatred can really ruin you, like, and jealousy. Like, that was just it. It was like going into the mind of a hater, of a jealous hater. And Dantes gets out of there, he gets out of prison, he meets a Babel, which is basically like a intelligent like tutor basically, and they become friends. He passes away. He tells them that he was given the directions to the wealth of this guy that he used to work for that was super, super wealthy, that's on this island called Monte Cristo. Dantes ends up going and finding this wealth and becomes extremely rich, and he decides to go back and get revenge on everyone that betrayed him. And you're on the edge of your seat. He's really taking his time with this revenge, and it's a beautiful story. It also is, I'm thinking like, it's like 1,000-something pages, and you would think that like, what could you be saying for 1,000 pages? But every single part is intricate. Like, every single part is intentional in this revenge. And it's such a good story, but the only reason why I stopped is because it's so thick. Every time I pick it up, I look to see how much farther I got to go, and it's like, dang, like, it just drains me. So I probably will have to go on another vacation and read this while I'm on vacation because it's so, so, so thick. And yeah. Edmond Dantes, Alexandre Dumas's The Count of Monte Cristo. This is definitely a 5-star read. This is also the same guy that wrote The Three Musketeers, and he's also Black. So his father was a Haitian general who was also wrongfully convicted of a crime. So this story is kind of based off of his life, his father's life. And such a beautiful book. 5-star read. Get into The Count of Monte Cristo. Also, if you're ready to get into classics, it's not written like day for our thou. That's why I also stayed away from classics, because I thought it was going to be like hard to read. Very easy to read. Just like East Eden is a very easy read in modern day terms and everything. So loved it. Now I have my current read. I'm getting into the Legendborn series by Tracy Deonn. So far, loving it. I am literally halfway through. I'm probably going to finish this tonight. Love the book so far. It's giving me the southern deep south magical surrealism that I love. It integrates root work. It integrates all those things. It's also its own little world, like so many terms and so many intricate levels to this magic that I am profoundly entertained. It is also very YA, which I don't really gravitate as much towards, but it is good because the character is truly like a little bit more on mature side. But she's learning her magic, and she's learning her mother, who passed away in this book 3 months before the book starts. And she's learning her mother, she's learning secrets about her mother. She's learning the secrets to this magic that she has, because in the world that she's entering, that she's getting into this secret society, she's learning that she has some powers that she's not supposed to have. That's a threat to this whole organization. So I'm learning so much about this book. There's 2 more books in this series. I'm excited to get into it. I'm reading this with the Girls With Knowledge book club. You guys can also read with us on Fable. I'll have it linked down below. Very good book. So good. Yeah. nice, easy read. It's not that bad, not that long either. Like I got this far in a day. I started reading this book yesterday. I got this far halfway through in a day. So it's not that hard of a read. Really good book. I like the story. I love the magic. I love the magic systems. I love everything about it. So I give this so far, this is gonna be like a 4 out of 5 for me so far. We'll see how the ending gets. Next, I haven't really started any books for real on my Kindle because I prefer physical. Like I said, I've read Children of Anguish and Anarchy. I started that. I think that's the third book or the second. Well, third or second book. I think it's the third book. I finished the second book. This is the third book in the Children of Blood and Bone series. I also have the Count of Monte Cristo on this book because it's so thick that I can't just take it around with me everywhere. That's really the only books that I've started. Oh, I'm currently reading on this Kindle, The Secret World of Maggie Gray. I hear it so much everywhere. I hear about it everywhere. I'm 8% through that book. I hear it on TikTok all the time. People like rant and rave about it. So far, it's like, the reason why I've only gotten so far in it is because of the writing. It's like very much so, like I could have wrote it. I don't know how to explain. Like it's very like I'm texting my friends type writing. Like it's very I don't know y'all. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm only 8% through, like probably like a few pages in before I was like, I don't like the writing. But I'm gonna try to push through. And I'm gonna see if I like it because I hear so much stuff about it on TikTok and everything. It's just the writing is like very, I don't know the word for it. Like I could have wrote it. Like, I don't know. It's not, like the sentence structures sometimes or like the grammar in it. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, girl, because there's a way that you can put how we talk or like put Ebonics in a book without it being like wrong. I don't know. I'm gonna try to read it, y'all. I'm gonna try to read it. Yes, guys, that's all the books I have read this year thus far. I'll put up a count of how many books I've read thus far. I'll have to go through it. But yeah, I've enjoyed my reading journey so far. I'm gonna keep you guys posted. I'm slowly but surely getting through my reading cart and my TBR cart that I did make. You guys can check out the video that I made going through making my TBR cart so that I can stay focused and get through these books because I have like over 150 books that I've bought between January and now. And I just been buying and not reading. So especially the past 2 months because I've been so busy traveling and graduating and everything. But I'm gonna give you guys more book content. Let me know what else you guys want to see from me or what else you want to know. More book hauls are coming. I think I'm gonna do like a tour. As I'm doing more traveling this year, I'm gonna do like a tour of like all the different bookstores that I've been to and make more videos on bookstores because I want to support locally more. But yeah, guys, let me like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you like this video. Let me know what your current reads are. Let me know any book recommendations, guys. I'll read anything but really romance. Even if you do feel like you have a romance book that I would actually like, let me know. I really like romance subplot, but I don't know. Maybe y'all can change my mind, but it's me, it's Bri. Continue to pursue obtainable visions because every vision that you have is attainable. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.